how do you deal with failure and how do you look at it differently so that it can actually help you going forward? Okay, so for the last 10 weeks, I've been preparing for a powerlifting competition. My diet has been on point, my supplementation has been on point, my training has been on point. Everything was going incredibly well. And over the course of that 10 weeks, I increased my squat from 265 kilos up to about 305 kilos. My bench had gone from 145 kilos up to about 160 kilos. And my deadlift had gone from 275 kilos up to about 290 kilos. This is an exceptional rate of progress. People often train for a year or sometimes multiple years for those kinds of gains that I just got in 10 weeks. So it's fair to say I was feeling pumped. I was feeling amazing. Nothing could go wrong. I fly over to Adelaide, I go to the competition, and how do I do? I get 3 of my 9 lifts. I fail 6 of them. My total, which is basically my score, was exactly the same as my last competition. It feels like that 10 weeks of preparation, of diet, of supplementation, of training was all for nothing. I was ready to go out there and smash it and get a first place. I wanted to come home with a gold medal. Now, I didn't come home with a gold medal. I came home feeling like I had just done absolute fucking shit. So this video is about how do you deal with failure and how you can change your perspective or restructure that failure to actually be a good thing. Because now that I've had a chance to sit down, think about it, think about what went wrong and also what went right, because as I said, the 10-week prep was fucking amazing. That went right. It was the competition that went wrong. So I sat down and I thought, okay, what went wrong? And I've now come away with some very, very valuable lessons that I can use going forward to make sure that that doesn't happen again. So the video, how do you deal with failure and how do you look at it differently so that it can actually help you going forward? So the first thing I want you to do is view it differently. Instead of thinking I'm a failure, I've wasted all my efforts, nothing's going right, think about it like this. The people who are the most successful, the people who have achieved everything they want in life and more, they've probably failed infinitely times more than you have. There's a very common saying that I very much like, and that is, you have to fail your way to success. If you imagine kind of this, if you're here and success is here, it's never a straight line. You know, you might start here, shoot off this way. Obviously, this way is not going to lead to success, which is over here. So you go up this way, you think, fuck, okay, I failed. Learn from this failure, change your approach. So now you might head this way. You hit another failure. Fuck, I failed. Okay, let's learn a new lesson. And every single time you move in a different direction and hit a failure, you learn another thing. And now that's one less way that you can fail. So you apply that, and every single lesson you learn points you towards success. So to eventually have that success that you're after, you have to fail many, many, many times along the way so that you can learn the lessons so that you know which way to go to be successful. No one who has any kind of success in any avenue has gotten there without failing. So that's the first thing you need to realize. Failing is part of the process and you need to fail your way to success. Now that you know that failure is part of the process and that it's nothing to be ashamed of, and in fact, you know that that makes you one step closer to success, the next thing you want to do is look at that particular failure and say, okay, what caused this failure so that I can avoid making the same mistake next time? So I'm going to use my example here with the powerlifting competition. So I was exceptionally good in my preparation and exceptionally bad on the competition. So obviously there was something different about these two things. So I might say, okay, what happened at the powerlifting competition that wasn't happening in training that caused me to perform badly? So number one, I was very, very nervous. I don't get nervous in training because Oftentimes I'm the only one there, and if other people are there, I'm usually the strongest. At the powerlifting competition, there are a ton of people there, and there are people stronger than me too. There's a lot of guys, they're getting angry, they're getting hyped up for their lifts, and now all of a sudden, I don't feel like the big dog, you know? And not only that, there's hundreds of people watching. Everywhere you look, there's people watching you, wanting to see what you can do. And it puts a lot of pressure on me as an athlete. So at the gym, I don't look around and see people, and I don't feel like I have that pressure. At the competition, I look around, I see people, I feel pressure, I get nervous. So what can I do next time to avoid this? Okay, as silly as it may sound, next time I'm turning the chair around, so I'm going to face the wall when I'm getting ready for my lifts. If I'm facing the wall, I don't see the people. They might be looking at me thinking, what a weirdo. I don't care. I feel better. I'm less nervous. Now I'm going to go out and I'm more likely to perform better. Another example of just looking at variables that changed between my preparation and my competition. So in competition, we have to wear soft suits. Doesn't matter what they are, it's just a piece of clothing that we have to wear. In competition, we don't get to choose the music. In training, I don't wear my soft suit and I pick my music. So going forward, I'm going to be training in my soft suit, and I'm going to be using headphones now to pick my music, because when you're getting ready for a competition, you are allowed to listen to music in your headphones. So I'm going to start doing that now. In training for a squat, I wrap my knees right there underneath the bar. In training, you have to do it in a seat away from the bar. That's another thing that I'm doing. So I know that none of this probably matters for you because you're not a powerlifter, but the principle is there. For your situation, look at the things that you do when you do well. Look at the things that are causing you to not reach your goals. What is different between the two things? Pick apart the failure and try to look for every single little thing that you can do to reduce the likelihood that you're going to fail next time. And when you do this, you're going to approach the next challenge. You're going to have more knowledge, you're going to have more experience, you're going to be more ready to tackle that challenge, and the likelihood that you're successful is much higher. And I really believe this to be the case, because I feel that next time I go out there for a powerlifting competition, I think I'm going to smash it. I've changed a lot of things that I believe is for the better. I've got new tools. You know, the examples I've given here are only just a small amount of them. But I really believe that next time I've got some new knowledge and experience that's going to help me be successful. So even though I failed at that competition, I came away from that competition 10 times smarter, 10 times more experienced. So the next time I'm going to be successful. And hopefully this video is going to allow you to do the same thing in your pursuits. For example, if it's day trading, when you lose a trade, okay, what caused that to lose that I wasn't doing in my winners? And then say, okay, so if I'm not doing that in my winners and I am doing that in my losers, get rid of that so that then you have more winners. You can apply the principle to every single aspect of your life. What am I doing in my health that's causing me to win or lose? What am I doing for my money that's causing me to win or lose? What am I doing for my happiness that's causing me to win or lose? If you just look at every aspect of your life from this perspective of try stuff, fail, learn stuff, try new stuff, fail, learn new stuff, try newer stuff, eventually, given enough time, assuming any rate of improvement, you're going to reach your goals, you're going to surpass those goals, and you're going to be on top of the world because you've achieved more than you could ever dream of. So yeah, that's the video. Hopefully it wasn't just a story, and hopefully you can learn something from it as well. If you did, hit the like and leave a comment on maybe something that you're going to do from now on to try to achieve more things. If you found it valuable, share it with a friend. You know all the cool stuff. As always, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.